Stay tuned until after the video on how to enter our 15K giveaway. With the newest state of play on Horizon Forbidden West, we gained all manner of new information on what we might expect venturing into this dangerous new land. Among those details, we learned quite a bit concerning the Tenakth people. Though we are given some information concerning the tribe in the lore of Horizon Zero Dawn, we can now piece together a bit more concerning their society. I'm sure there'll be much more to learn once we have the game in hand, but for now, let's examine what we do know about the Tenakth. As we learn from the HZD comic series, we confirm that the Tenakth are indeed masters of the Forbidden West. What we were not aware of before the state of play is the fact that this is not a singular society as we once thought. Rather, they are a divided people, defined by the regions in which they inhabit and the rites and customs that grew from said areas. First, we have the lowland Tenakth clan, who inhabit the jungles of the Rain Trace, along with the coastal settlements of Tide's Reach and the Valley of the Fallen. It would appear that these particular Tenakth place high importance on one's ability to survive the dangerous wilds, as well as use it to one's own advantage. Trials involve surviving alone in the dangerous cove for 10 days and 10 nights to prove one's worth and value. We're also told instead of meeting enemies head-on in combat, they're more likely to employ guerrilla tactics, relying on machines to thin out their foes, while employing tricks and traps to finish those who manage to survive. Though the lowland Tenakth do not appear to be nearly as aggressive as one might expect, it does seem that to tread on their lands is a journey that might cost one's very life before they even know it was forfeit. Next we come to the Desert Tenakth clan, known to reside in the settlements of Saltbite, Scalding Spear, and Arrowhand. We can obviously make the connection that these specific peoples will be residing in the more arid areas of the West. Saltbite specifically resides next to an acrid lake, causing villagers to rely heavily on the surrounding bird life that nest in the area rather than fish. I imagine food scarcity in general would be a large problem for the Desert Clan due to where they have chosen to settle. Additionally, according to Carja records along with limited interaction we had with the Tenakth in the first game, they have been known to partake in cannibalism. However, what we experienced with the warrior Ulia in the Sunstone Rock quest line, this practice may be more ritualistic than out of actual necessity, believing that drinking the blood of the vanquished will allow the accomplishments of the fallen to live on in the victor. Whether this belief is held by all Tenakth clans remains unknown, or the Desert Clan specifically, but if food is scarce, for the tribe as a whole, it wouldn't be unheard of. High in the cliffs of the Shearside Mountains reside the Sky Clan, who have come to rely heavily on the terrain as a means of near impregnable defense. Much like Mother's Crown in the Sacred Land, these Tenakth use unparalleled vantage from on high, making surprise sieges nearly impossible. Despite this, these cliff settlements seem ill-suited to agriculture and sustained livestock supplies. This may mean that they might have lower settlements dedicated to these purposes, or simply more of a hunter-gatherer society. Regardless, these people seem well fortified and don't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. This brings us to the faction that we have been exposed to the most, being the rebel faction of the Tenakth. Having gained the ability, most likely through the knowledge of silence, to override a number of different machines, it's evident they have begun to accumulate quite a bit of power over a relatively short amount of time. Though their exact intentions are unknown, we are well aware of the Tenakth's desire for victory and power. This warrior mindset may have been enough in its own right to trade their services to aid the pursuits of silence in the West, if they were to gain an unparalleled edge over their rival clans. We see them not only overriding machines, but also equipping them with additional armaments such as we see with the Tremor Tusk, only furthering their effectiveness in combat. Described as raiders, there may be little hope of diplomacy with these warriors, and I'd say it's a safe bet that most of Aloy's troubles, on the human side at least, will come from this particular subsect of the tribe. Though we've only been exposed to these particular Tenakth clans, there may be even more, even outside the realm of the Forbidden West. Accounts from Warden Geneva place other Tenakth south of the Sundom. Though this seems like a contradictory account from their apparent dominance in the Forbidden West, now having a better understanding of their clan structure amongst the tribe, it's quite likely there's another Tenakth clan beyond the jungles of the Jewel. Despite having relatively few interactions with the Tenakth during Aloy's lifetime, they have attempted to invade Carja lands in the past. During the reign of the Sun King Renan, the Firebird, 9th in the Radiant line, he marched to battle against a Tenakth horde who had attacked the tribe and returned victorious. Placing the precise location of this battle is quite difficult, however. It would be natural to think that this threat may have come from the west, perhaps at the walls of Sunfall. This unfortunately does not seem to be the case, as the writings from the history of Sunfall state that there were no serious threats beyond occasional bandits and machines for the following 3 generations after its founding, which would include the reign of Renan. This means that either the Carja marched beyond the citadel into the beginnings of the Forbidden West to face the threat, perhaps close to the canyons of the Daunt, or the Tenakth that had attacked were the southern faction that we had mentioned earlier. Despite their ferocity in battle, the main reason why the Carja were able to find victory may be the fact that the Tenakth are not a united people. In fact, as we learned from the HZD comics, they are hardly ever at peace with one another, as the clans are stated to be consumed by constant internecine war over the respective lands. Though forbidden, the Carja have gone into the west since the decree of Prudent Basadid, 7th in the Radiant Line, most notably during the Red Raids of the Mad Sun King Jiran. From the accounts of the former Carja soldier Amadis in the Sunhawk arc of the HZD comics, we know their campaign extended into the Forbidden West, at least to Utaru lands beyond the Sundom. Interestingly though, there are no official Carja records in the lore that express any conflict with the Tenakth during this time. This is unusual to say the least, as Nora, Utaru, Osram, and Banuk all felt the clawing grasp of Jiran's madness during this blood-soaked era of Horizon's history. This may be because the ugly truth of the matter is that the one instance the Carja did engage with the Tenakth in the Forbidden West, their forces were utterly crushed. A blemish to the Sun's Chosen they perhaps did not wish to see the light of day. According to the accounts of Amadis, this one instance the 3 clans of the Tenakth did unite, the combined forces of the Carja's Flash Brigade and the Southern Spear were no match for them. If the Tenakth were able to set aside their differences amongst one another once more, their military might could be more than enough to conquer the Carja as a whole, as well as the rest of Horizon's tribal societies. Perhaps this is the main goal for the rebels. Why be the strongest clan amongst the Tenakth when you could be the mightiest tribe of the known world and beyond? With the machines at their disposal, a truly united Tenakth people may be closer to a reality than ever before, which could spell doom for any that oppose them. This, along with the climate spinning out of control and the red blight suffocating all it touches, it seems Aloy has her work cut out for her in the Forbidden West. We may have more knowledge concerning the Tenakth than we've had before, but there is still so much to uncover about their fractured and dangerous societies. Though the Tenakth may be masters of the West, we may find even more tribes that we have no records of in the lore at this time. But for now, we'll just have to wait until more is uncovered concerning these undiscovered peoples, along with the fearsome Tenakth. Recently, our community here at RSQ has passed 15,000 subscribers, and to celebrate, we're launching the first ever giveaway here at the channel. Thanks to the amazing artist and friend of the channel, Rift Studios, we'll be giving away an amazing HCD print to each of our 3 winners. Check out the link in the description to enter. You earn multiple entries by joining our new Instagram and Twitter platforms, along with checking out our other content here on YouTube. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to help us grow and share the amazing lore of Horizon. If you can't wait to get your hands on these stellar pieces of art, or Rift Studios' other great works, use the special random side quest link below to receive our community discount. Good luck, and thank you for all your support. And as always, thanks for watching, and keep questing.